Let's go to the Midwest region, 16v1, SIU Edwardsville and Houston. Both coaches pregame, Kelvin Sampson and Brian Baroni. Brian Baroni, the son of a head coach, knows a thing or two about the tournament. Early first half, Houston up 5, Emmanuel Sharp. Can't penetrate the lane, but he's going to shoot from long range, capping off an early 10-0 run by Go Cougs. Then it's a 13-point game. Milos Uzan using the screen, pulls up from 3. Nice bounce to put Houston up 16. He had 14 points going into the break. And going into the break, Houston would have a big lead. They're up 20. Sharp misses a 3, but what a putback by Javier Francis. Worth another look. 2 of his 11 to go with 5 boards in the first half. And then the final ticks in a 25-point game. Brian Taylor the second, coughing it up. Oh, L.J. Cryer trying to beat the buzzer. 15 points in this game, 4 of 7 from 3. And Houston would match its most points scored in the first half this season, which would be 52. Now, both teams would not shoot the ball particularly well in the second half, but really by then the game was really never in doubt. Terrence Arsenault for 3. In fact, the Cougars of SIU went about 10 minutes without a bucket. Malik Wilson, Houston up 40, largest lead of the game, and they go on to win by 38. After the game, our A.J. Ross caught up with Houston head coach Kelvin Sampson.
All right, Coach Sampson, congrats on a dominant first-round win. Your largest lead was 40 points. I don't think we saw you crack a smile. You were still critiquing your guys, demanding more. What can you say about the standard you demand from those guys, no matter what the score is?
Well, they're used to it. Other people may not be, but I'm not coaching them. I'm coaching these kids. Yeah, I just like the way we started. LJ and Emmanuel got us going. Milos, able to play our bench guys the last 8 or 9 minutes. So it's good to get everybody some minutes and get a good win and move to the next round.
Yeah, your bench accounted for 33 points. Your defense was relentless. Yeah. When you're executing like that, where is the ceiling for this team?
For us, it's just about playing to our standards. We have standards. I'm not into prognosticating. I know that this time of year, the toughest teams that play to their identity, those are the teams that have the best chance. So we're just going to keep doing that.
We enjoyed watching. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
The 38-point victory is Houston's second largest win in school history. They also had the fewest points that they had ever allowed in an NCAA tournament game. So Kelvin Sampson and company moving on to the next round as SIU Edwardsville shot 2 of 24 from 3, including 1 of 13 in the second half. I'm Tommy Trent with Mike O'Donnell to talk about SIU and UH. What stood out to you? What looked up to be a comfortable win for Kelvin Sampson and his Cougs today?
Well, what a fun story that SIU was this season, but Houston is not a fun team to play, and that's certainly something that they felt in a big way. Houston is so good, and I think one of the things that Houston doesn't get enough credit for, especially in NCAA tournament time, they prepare for SIU like they're playing Duke. That's not a knock on SIU. It's just that when we're talking how Houston prepares, they don't take anybody for granted. And we saw that. We saw that today. They dominated the glass. They dominated on the inside. They hit 10 threes. If Houston's making 10 threes in a game, they're really, national championship level worthy. SIU had to make a bunch of threes. They did not. They went 2 for 24 from a three-point line and 13 turnovers. Houston had 15 points off those 13 turnovers. Here's the great thing about what Houston did today. There isn't a player on the roster that played more than 26 minutes, and that's especially important for Juwan Roberts, who's coming off an ankle injury. He only had to play 20 minutes in this game this afternoon. So this is going to be a rested, comfortable, and confident Houston team heading into the second round.
14-game win streak for Kelvin Sampson and his team, second longest active streak in men's Division I, and they're 27-1, Mike, after a 4-3 start to the season. And again, a 1 seed. Doesn't matter what conference they play in, they played well. I mentioned the next matchup here. Who do you think Kelvin Sampson and his staff and his team may be looking at in terms of Gonzaga and Georgia next?
I think they would prefer to play Georgia only because when you're playing the second round, you have to make shots from the perimeter. And I think Gonzaga has the better shooting team. And against Houston, if you're not making perimeter shots, you're going to get run out of the gym. I don't care how physical you are. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how athletic you are. It doesn't matter. If you're not making three-point shots against Houston, you're going to lose. And I think Georgia has a tendency to get a little stale from the three-point line. They're an excellent team. They're great defensively. They attack the rim as good as anybody in the SEC. But I think shot making and backcourt play leads in the favor of Gonzaga to beat Georgia, and therefore I think would be a tougher matchup for Houston.
I mentioned this team, no matter what conference they play in, they've excelled and they've done well in terms of trying to get a 1 seed, make it to the tournament. However, trying to get deep into the tournament has been an issue for Kelvin Sampson for myriad reasons, health being one of them here. How much pressure do you think he has with this team this year?
I don't think Kelvin Sampson puts any pressure on himself, especially not from us, you know, in the peanut gallery. His pressure is focusing on getting his team ready from day to day and winning each game. And the moment you start thinking 2 or 3 games ahead, that's when you lose. You did mention it, though, Tommy. You are 100% correct. I think you could even be even more aggressive. Houston is a national championship contender if they are healthy. They were last season. Jamal Shead gets hurt versus Duke. That's the National Defensive Player of the Year. It's an All-American, Big 12 Player of the Year. You lose that guy, that nucleus, it changes everything. And so if Houston's healthy, they're a national championship contender. Paying attention to Juwan Roberts' health, that ankle, going to be a big key for Houston moving forward.
Okay, they have a comfortable win today against the Cougars, and go Cougs getting ready for the next round of the NCAA tournament. So there again is the box score from Truist Bank Arena in Wichita, Kansas. Couple of notes here for SIU Edwardsville, just 2 of 24 from three-point range, including 1 of 13 in the second half. And they're 40 points, the fewest of any team in a first-round game since 2014.